Oh,
Oh,
shit.
shit.
Bum, 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 bum,
What
bum.
the fuck is
Is
up,
up,
bruh?
bruh. Ha ha ha.
It
Card
feels
attendant
so
confessions.
it feels so good to be back.
And we're confessing, and we're confessing, and we're baseballing, and we're doing all the things.
All the things. Welcome
All
back,
of
all
them.
you confessionites, to another
Mm-hmm.
edition of Card Attendant Confessions with Rick and Paul.
Ooh.
Ooh.
See, when you get 10 episodes deep, I think you get like a freebie. It's like going
Yeah,
to a sandwich shop. You know, you get a week off.
right.
they give you a week off after that.
Here's
That'll
your
be 10.
stamp.
Yeah, so we got our stamp.
Yeah, to the 8 people that have listened to every single episode, here's your stamp.
But we're coming back for more and more.
And more.
Coming back bigger and better than ever.
Yeah.
Happy to be
Yeah.
back.
It does feel good to be back. How was Denver?
Denver was pretty cool. It was so damn dry. Like I feel so privileged to be on the West Coast near like water because anytime I go like anywhere outside of east of California, my nose and lips are just like chapped and dry and shit. Uh, cool city. Reminded me a lot of like Seattle, San Francisco kind of, but just like flatter, super clean,
Hell yeah.
and lots of food places. They're all like new school food
Ooh.
places. All the businesses look like they're thriving. Um, like the bottom level of one of my friend's apartments had um, just like it was almost like a mini market down there. Like there was
Huh.
3 or 4 different food spots. You could buy clothes there. Like, can you just get like your whole day done in the same building? It's wild. Like, how do you? Is all this shit new? Like, they should tear down everything in the Bay Area and just build it the way they built that. Like that, it's a really cool layout, and like all the everything just seems new, and it might not even be new. I mean, the buildings are all made out of brick, so they're probably not. But like the businesses and the food spots they were awesome, and everyone was super nice. I passed by Coors Field.
Oh,
We stayed
man.
downtown, and yeah, passed by there a few times. And the first thing that came to mind was that's how a ballpark should look like. Like it should look new, but it should also have like a downtown sort of retro feel to it. So I know
Yeah.
people always say like the parks of the mid to late 90s were cookie cutter because of the brick and stuff. So
Yeah,
there's
they're
like
cookie
Oriole
cutter, but
Park.
like they also
Or,
broke away from the dual purpose stadiums of the 70s and 80s. So
right.
like
Yeah. So I don't like when
when
they say
Camden
that.
Yards opened in the 90s, it was like revolutionary, and like I think Coors
Hell
Field
yeah.
kind of followed that, and it was hella nice.
And then you got San Francisco, who kind of did the same thing with the brick as well.
Yeah.
Um,
Brick is
the
fine. It's way
right.
better than the multi-purpose stadiums of
Yeah.
yesteryear.
And all of those parks are still really like highly thought of parks
Yeah.
now 20 plus years later. So um yeah, I don't know, maybe it's not a negative thing, but I've heard it referenced multiple times over the last like 6 months, that cookie cutter statement when talking about
Yeah.
like the mid 90 parks. I'm like, that's a negative thing in my eyes. Like when I think of cookie cutter, I think of SoFi in LA
Yeah.
and Allegiant in Vegas, and like the 5 to 6 stadiums that have followed after that since, like, or even like
All the
mock-ups, they all
all
look
the
the
NFL
fucking same.
renderings, all the NFL renderings have the same ceiling and roof that Allegiant did. Even the Jaguars today just like announced new renderings for a new like little stadium village. And I'm like, they have the same scaffolding roof, clear roof
Dude,
that the Raiders have in Vegas. Why is every stadium doing this?
they're all the same, dude. Like, and so I was trying to just think to myself today when I saw the Jaguars renderings, I was like, how many teams are going from outdoor to indoor, and like how many
Mhm.
outdoor stadiums are even left now? You had the
There's really not.
Chargers, the Rams, because I mean they technically were outside at the Memorial Coliseum in LA.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, they could have damn well had an outdoor stadium in LA.
And yeah,
The
and so technically
Raiders.
SoFi is still somewhat outdoors because it's a canopy roof and it's not a fixed roof. I've been to the stadium. So
Hmm.
like I remember the Raiders played the Chargers there. It was when Gruden was still coaching the Raiders and they had a lightning delay. And Gruden's like, "What the hell? We have a roof." And they're like, "No, it's technically open air off to the side, so we can't play with lightning."
I mean, don't they have like an overhead screen, like one of the
Yeah. So that
hanging
part's
from the
covered.
roof?
That part's covered, but there's like above the second deck, it's open air.
That is just
So
stupid.
it is stupid
God.
if you're still going to have a lightning delay in an
Wait,
indoor
is
park.
lightning going to strike diagonal? I mean, I guess it does go diagonally, but is it going to go through the opening on the side and into the? It probably would.
Yeah. Yeah.
but I was trying to think like Raiders, Chargers, Rams, um, Bears, Jaguars, Bills.
They're all trying. I think the
There's
Bills
probably
still want an open
Titans.
air. Titans would have the new renderings. A lot of the Bills fans still want it to be open air, but
I
it
would.
makes
They
sense to.
have to, man. It.
But it financially, it makes sense to just close it because you could have events year round, especially in a place like Buffalo.
It's all about money.
It is
All
all about
about
money, but
attracting Taylor Swift to come to a concert year round.
I just
I get
I
it.
love open air. Football stadiums I don't care as much just because they can't do anything fun with the field dimensions. Baseball I need open air ballparks.
Baseball. Yeah. Well, I think I'm the other way around. Football should be open air in my eyes. Baseball should have more shit that is like weird about the dimensions
I
or
need
like have a big
quirky
wall.
fields.
Yeah. Don't just have like a regular ass outfield and
Yeah,
just
don't
giant
be
bleachers.
Tropicana Field.
Don't be Texas.
Oh,
I
that
hate
farm, the metal, the
yeah,
shed, the
that
shed.
shed. Yeah. So I'm like, dude, every NFL stadium eventually is going indoor, it seems.
Hmm.
Like the days of
That's
like
why it was
seeing
wild when the Niners built an outdoor park in Santa Clara. They could
yeah,
have easily built a dome.
they could have, but they get away with it because
Mhm.
it's the weather is pretty
It helps.
damn warm out in Santa Clara.
Yeah.
And they've even had WrestleMania there. They've had a Super Bowl
Hmm.
there. So I mean they're not getting rained out. But
Yeah. But like the Bears, like their renderings of a dome, it just kind of sucks. Like when you've grown up with these teams playing outside, like Soldier Field in Chicago,
mhm.
with the insane wind games that they've had, and Buffalo with the 5 feet of snow that games that they've had. Like it just
Yeah.
sucks to like know that they're going to lose that to
It's not
domes.
even them. Like all of us are not going to be able to see those kind of games anymore.
Exactly. Yeah, I hear
There's
the players like there's a player like Will Blackman. He goes, "Yeah, I fucking hate playing outdoors in these weathers. Like playing at Lamb. He played for the Packers for years, and he loves the Packers and all that. He goes, "Yeah, I wish we had a dome."
oh, man.
He goes,
Yeah,
"Yeah,
unfortunately.
it's fun for you guys sitting at home watching us playing it. It sucks to
Yes, it
play in
is.
it."
I want to see the ice bowl.
Yeah,
Oh, I
I
want to
want
see
the fog bowl where you can't see more than 2 feet in front of you.
right. We don't get that crazy tuck rule game if it's not a fucking blizzard out at in Foxborough, you know? But
Man.
but yeah, I guess it's all going indoor. I mean, and everybody like the kids coming up now too, they're all playing on field turf and they're just used to that already. So
I
it's
do
probably
like that the
inevitable.
Raiders still have an all grass field, and it costs them so much
Yes.
damn money to keep it an all grass field in Vegas.
Yes.
Um, yeah, I
You'd think
really
with
like
all the
that.
comcomplaints about field
Oh,
turf,
yeah,
like they
all
would
the injuries.
force some kind of change, but they're
Yeah,
still not changing.
have these billionaires just manage the upkeep of an all grass field. It keeps your $1 million players playing longer and on the field.
Would be nice,
Yeah,
but But yeah, Coors Field. It was
Yes.
really nice looking. Even like the metal, like the dark whatever it was, charcoal or black metal on the outside of the stadium looked hella new still. So maybe they like repaint it or something.
Hmm.
But I'm like, dude, this stadium looks brand spanking new. You could even see into it too, and like see the bleachers and they're like big Rockies signs and stuff. And I'm like, dude, why
Dude.
couldn't we have this, dude? It would have been so sick to have a brand new stadium in Oakland and to see something like this. Like it got me. I hella wanted to go to a game when we passed by it. I was like,
Yeah.
this place looks freaking awesome.
Dude, we were supposed to go there 2 years ago.
COVID got in the way.
COVID got in the way. That was, yeah,
We
it
will
was
still make
20.
it there, and I
We
mean,
should.
yeah.
To tell the story, Rick and I were supposed to go to a Rockies Pirates series at Coors Field back in July of 2022. I recently graduated from UC San Diego, and that's somewhere we were going to go watch a series. And we were like, you know what? Let's just start going to ballparks every summer that we've never been to that we want to. And we wanted to start with Coors. Week leading up to it, I get COVID, and and the first time experiencing that. And I was like, you know, if I feel better in like 2 days, you know, I'll just, you know, I'll wear the mask. I'll do whatever. We're gonna go. We're gonna go.
And I won't say anything.
No, I won't say anything.
Whoopsies.
And then day prior, I was like, I am sick as fuck. I can't do it. I can't even try to hide it how sick I am. Like,
Mm-mm.
all right, fine. So we had to cancel that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we need to try to do that like once a summer. Go to a different
It
ballpark.
started off so hot, and like the plans went so quick, and we booked
we booked the hotel and flights. We had
hotel
everything
and
booked.
flights.
We just
You
haven't
get
bought game
COVID.
tickets. Oh.
And ever since then, we haven't gone to. Well, we went to the A's game, but we haven't gone to any other game. So the plan has completely been torpedoed.
Yeah, torpedoed for 2 years now. I think we need to get that back on track.
Yeah, the good thing is we're in the middle of a baseball season right now, so we may be able to get. And so the new parks would be Coors. It would be, I mean, PNC we were talking about because we've been watching
bucket
a lot
list
of Pirates.
ballparks.
Yeah.
Camden Yards.
Camden Yards is definitely up there, and I've even heard it from other A's fans. Like, they really love Camden Yards.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that covers the West Coast. I'm actually going to Dodger Stadium next week.
No shit.
Sister's graduated from Cal State LA on Monday.
Woo!
And Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I think, is a Dodgers D-back series at Dodger Stadium.
That'd be a fun series.
So Tuesday is the plan. Yeah, and I think they play all night games there, so it'll be a night game. And yeah, see Shohei Ohtani in a Dodger uniform. Pretty cool.
So I've gone to like
get a stadium under that. That would be a new stadium for me. So I'd like to report back on what that's like.
Yeah, it's one of the older ballparks, but I hear it's still just absolutely amazing there.
Yeah, it's really nice. The sunset. I don't know if the actual like concession part is all that great. I've heard mixed things about it, so I gotta see for
apparently
myself.
They're still just rocking Dodger dogs. Apparently, there's something special about their just normal hot dog. Yeah, everybody's been talking. They brag about Dodger dogs.
How good is a Dodger dog?
It just sounds like a plain old hot dog.
Which is nice. We don't got to
go
go
wrong.
crazy.
I'd love a crappy hot dog at a ball game.
Right. Like, what kind of crappy hot dog are we talking? Because the A's had like the Coliseum dog.
I love a Coliseum dog.
Is that the crappier version, or was there a shittier version than that?
Coliseum dog was basically the crappy version.
That's the basic. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. And just your normal steamed or boiled hot dog.
Yep. Steamed with the bun sticking to the
It's so good. It's so nasty and so good.
To the still pink dog.
Oh.
I remember like this was like maybe 3 years ago or so. I don't remember if it was a Raider game or an A's game, but I got a Coliseum dog, and the foil was inside out. they, you know how they give it to you and then they wrap it, and so it's foil on the outside. When I
Yeah.
got the dog, the white part of the paper was on the
The
outside, and
wax
when I
paper
opened
or
it,
something on the outside.
the dog is sitting with the foil on the inside. I'm like, God damn it, guys! This place is this place fucking dinks, man. But
Yeah.
you're right. You can't beat it. It tastes so good. So
Yeah.
what is in a Dodger dog? This is gonna have to be. I'm gonna have to
You're gonna have to
review it for
report
us.
back. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I remember when I was at the D-backs, they had a D-bat dog, not a D-back dog, which I always thought it should have been called a D-back dog, but a
Yeah.
D-bat dog, like a bat,
Like a
baseball bat, because
yeah.
it was.
I'm tracking.
Oh, okay.
Go. I got it.
Not like that nighttime sleep upside down bat.
Yeah. God damn it. Yes.
I think it was because it was like 12 inches long or something. It was just this giant hot dog.
Very nice.
Just they had to give it to you in this like elongated shoebox, and it had just hella toppings, and I'm like, can I just get a regular hot dog?
Yeah.
It was $20.
I'm not a gimmick guy at the ballpark. I don't like the gimmick treats.
Me neither. I think it's the White Sox who are doing like this milkshake.
Yeah.
That I might try if it's like a rainy day and the game kind of sucks. But if I have a couple beers already in me, I got to get a dog right away to lead off the game. The really only other thing I'm doing is probably getting some nachos, peanuts, seeds. There's not a whole lot of
seeds.
What other foods am I going to consume?
The occasional red rope or red.
Yeah. I think when we sat behind home plate at the Coliseum, we had our choice, right? Because you get an entree.
It was all the free food we could eat.
Yeah, free food, but then they give you like free treats too. Like,
and there was like,
you got to take them
like
up on the offer.
Peanut M&Ms, regular M&Ms, red ropes. We're like, oh, you got to get a red rope. Where else are we going to eat this?
And I think I ate it in like one bite. I just stuffed that shit in my mouth. Probably looked like an idiot on TV sitting behind home plate with a mouthful of red rope.
That was the worst part. Like, people knew that we were at the games, and somebody took a photo of them watching the game on TV, and it was like me just stuffing my face with one of the sandwiches back there. I'm like, you couldn't have like waited when I wasn't eating, dude. Like,
that's the only bad part is you're just on TV eating that whole time,
just stuffing my face with the Sandos that they had.
So yeah, a Dodger dog.
Hell yeah.
Saving up. I haven't had a hot dog in a while.
You brought up the Diamondbacks and like Chase Field, and I've since my dad lives in Arizona, I've gone there the last few summers, and I've caught like a game there at Chase Field, and like all I hear is like the Diamondbacks fans complaining about how crappy their ballpark is, dude, and like how like they need a new one, they need renovations, they need updates. I'm like, this ballpark is so nice if all you know is the Oakland Coliseum growing up.
Yeah.
I'm like, why are you guys complaining? This place is beautiful, even though it always looks like it's a night game, no matter the time, just because it's so dark in there.
So dark. I do hate that. And I was there for a whole season, so many games there that I wasn't really that excited by the end of the season to be there. But it's absolutely true what you're saying. Like in terms of like, let's just talk about like cup holders or like the seat, or
the seats are just nice. Yeah.
How much room there is on the concourse when you go up to like get something, and the lines are short and it's really breezy. It's not like this.
Even if it's a packed house, the lines still don't seem that bad because the concourse is so large.
You're probably not
so
getting
many
like
options.
AC or sewage dripping on you either, and there's not like stands right above your head, and so it's still a very nice stadium. I think the downfall with it was they designed it thinking that they're going to have it open like a lot more than it actually is,
and you just can't. You just can't.
Yeah,
walking to the game, it's like it's 101. I'm like, you're just hurting to get inside. And then you walk in the stadium, it's like a cool 75 in there. I'm like,
Ah.
You guys want to open this fucking roof? No.
Yeah, no.
No. Keep that shit closed.
When it's like, I mean, it's got to be like 70, right? Even if it's 80 something, you kind of still need to.
Right.
That could creep up. It's still hot to play a game in that. But
That's why, like, the old ballpark in Arlington where the Rangers used to play was just insane how hot and humid it was in there. It wasn't dry heat either. It was humidity there and
that's nasty.
100 degree stickiness. And, like,
Yeah,
I
that's
understand
nasty.
why the Rangers went with, like, you know, a retractable roof. Just don't make it look like a shed.
Why couldn't you just make the same stadium with a roof on it? Because
Yeah.
ballpark in Arlington was beautiful.
It's very nice.
Love that outfield look.
The outfield with the
I don't even know what that was in center field. It looked like there was like,
was it like a hotel or something? It just
looked like
weird
that, but it might have been fake. Like, what
yeah,
was that?
It's like a
Is it just a backdrop of like a city skyline that didn't actually exist?
I love the grass berm, batter's eye in center field.
That might have been the coolest center field in baseball. Like, every time a home run was hit on that grass, you had kids running onto the grass to get the ball.
Like the Cardinals had something like that. The Cardinals had something like it, or they still have something like it, but it didn't look better than what the Rangers were doing. I like the Rangers left field, up the bleachers up there with the out of town scoreboard. I like the lower fence and right, and the achievable second deck home runs that they had.
Yeah, that little double decker in right field was sick.
Yeah, that was a clean ballpark. They really just needed to redo that and put a retractable roof on it. Instead, we have this shed.
Yeah, it's hire this architect company or whatever that is going to put their own thing on it, and all right, stamp it and go. Yeah, cool. Cookie cutter.
Ugh.
Milwaukee, Arizona, just cookie cutter.
Oof. Yeah.
But yeah. When teams get new stadiums, why can't they just mimic the old one with like some new shit, but give it that feel? Like, I remember when they renovated Soldier Field, they still tried to keep that like museum.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hallis Hall.
I think they did. Yeah, because that was a part of the actual stadium, the original Soldier Field. It was like it lined the sideline almost right there.
It's like a damn mausoleum.
Yeah, exactly. And that's a big word.
Thanks.
Well, what I was getting at was we're seeing all these new stadiums across sports, and we always talk about, I feel like we always get into jerseys and stadium updates because of the A's, mostly the stadium stuff. And then like the whole Nike Fanatics thing with the jerseys. But a couple new City Connects dropped. I don't know if they dropped. I guess they were leaked over the last week.
Mm-hmm.
Guardians and Dodgers. And have you had a chance to see either one of those?
I saw the Guardians. I actually DM'd you after the Guardians. I'm like, they should have just rebranded to this when they changed from the old name, the Indians, to the Guardians. They should have just rebranded to this and just be Cleveland something.
Right, because they just kind of took almost the same jersey colors and font and look.
Just changed the name.
Right. And then first they went with that really plain like block lettering, which was like a hybrid throwback. And then they created this new C that was just a little bit more crunched and had some corners to it. And then that's the new Guardians logo. And the City
Guardians
Connect
is just such a dumb name.
You would think that they could have thought of something better than that. It kind of
could have
sounds like
been the Cleveland
Wildcats
Spiders. Yeah, it sounds exactly like Wildcats. There's
I
always a
hate
Wildcat.
when sports teams are called the Wildcats.
Like, how fucking lazy are you?
Dude, it is. I remember, like, because how many Wildcats are there in college football? Like, there's
at least 4 or 5.
It's the most generic name you could ever think of.
Yeah, Wildcats is by far.
Our middle school mascot was the Bulldogs, and I remember that was like the first Bulldog logo I seen. And then I noticed Fresno
It's
State had the same
mhm.
exact Bulldog logo.
Yeah,
And then
that
I've noticed
every
like other ones since then have the same Bulldog. Like,
it's like
how
that's
fucking
generic Bulldog
lazy.
1.
Right. Come on, man. Change it up. At least have the Bulldog like going the other way. But
Yeah.
yeah, Wildcats. Uh, what sent me one time was, I think it was like when the original XFL or the second edition of the XFL came out. And
Mhm.
the first edition of the XFL, one of the teams in Los Angeles team was called the Los Angeles Extreme. All right, that's not that cool. That you're called the Extreme Football League. You just named it after that. San
Yeah.
Francisco Demons was pretty cool.
Yeah,
Uh,
that was dope.
I think you had like the Rough Riders of the Roughnecks somewhere.
Mhm.
The second edition of the XFL, they named the Los Angeles team the Wildcats. Like, bruh, are you kidding me? How could you get worse? With
Why can't we have good names again? You know, like
how
the
hard is it?
Dodge. Right.
Like, take a risk. Stop being so plain.
You know why the Dodgers are called the Dodgers?
It's like the Trolley Dodgers,
The
right?
trolley Dodgers when
From
they were in
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn,
Yeah,
because
that's cool.
the trolleys would literally murder people if you didn't get off the tracks, and so you had to dodge the trolley. So they're the trolley Dodgers, and
A
then
part,
just shortened to Dodgers. I'm like, that's such a clean ass name.
it is clean. Almost all of the old school baseball names from the early 1900s, I think, are really cool. I
Yeah,
actually don't care for, I think White Sox and Red Sox are really dumb. The
yeah.
color
'Cause
of
it
your
used to be like the
socks.
red stockings and the white stockings, and like that. That was like the first like inclination of like uniforms and uniformity and stuff. I'm like, yeah, whatever, all right.
Like,
But
all
it's
right.
also so old that I kind of like the Red Sox and White Sox because it's
Yeah.
so old.
Yeah, okay, yeah, it plays because of tradition, and yeah, they
But like
just are
Yankees
that.
was always solid.
It's been that for so long that
Mhm.
it's not weird, I guess now.
Yeah.
But if you were going to name a team now, like, come on, guys, like, go back to the old, like you said, the Spiders were one of the teams.
Hmm.
Take some risks here.
Don't go Cleveland Guardians right after one of the. It was either XFL had the. They had like the New York Guardians.
Yeah,
Was
yeah,
yeah.
they
I
did.
was like, then like a year later. So after that disbanded, a year later, you just we're the Cleveland Guardians now. Oh,
And
or like the Washington football team. So remember when Washington had to change from the Redskins, they just had to.
yeah,
Um, and they were the Washington football team for like 2 years, and we all clowned on them when they initially dropped. But then we really started buying into the football team, and it was like,
yeah,
by year 2, I'm like, I kind of really like this name now.
yeah, I
I
liked
made
it.
so much fun of them for just being, oh yeah, they're just a football team. Oh yeah, good one. But then like by the year 2, I'm like, this is actually a pretty clean ass name. It's so different to just have, yeah, we're the Washington football team. Like
It was pretty
that's actually
different.
hella dope.
It got
And then
hella
they're like,
catchy.
it got so catchy. I was like, I was on board. I'm so committed to the Washington football team as a name now. And they're like, now we're going to be the Commanders. Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
I don't know. Maybe Commanders is, it hasn't like caught on to me yet, but I don't, but I think it may in a few years I'll feel like it is a team.
hmm,
I still kind of don't think it's a team when I
right. And
hear
that's how
it.
I feel with the Guardians now. And I really hope
Right.
it catches on.
Same with the Guardians, exactly.
Oh yeah, but back to the City Connects, and the Dodgers are getting their second City Connects. They already had they already had a City Connect a few years ago. The dark
It was
blue pants and
dumb.
tops.
It was bad. They're
But
all bad.
The
Most of them are
Dodgers
bad.
Dodgers are getting their second City Connect, while the A's couldn't get one.
Are they the only team that doesn't have one?
Them and the Yankees, but the Yankees just will never do it because you can't change up the pinstripes.
You can't even have a mustache
No.
or a
Well, you can have a
beard.
mustache, but it has to be military regulation mustache that can't
That's
pass the
right.
lips.
Because then, oh man, I can't think of his name right now. But he played. I think
David Wells had one.
played like third for the Padres too. He was recently on the Yankees, and he had like a resurgent year, and then, but it was
Chase Headley.
kind of fluky. No, he was a former Padre though, or maybe he went to the Padres after the Yankees. but he did have a mustache also. Yeah, you
But yeah,
can't
it was
have a
like
beard.
Johnny Damon, who was the caveman for the Red Sox, and then nothing shows like selling out more than signing with the Yankees and have to chop off the hair and shave the beard, and
Jason Giambi had all the tats and the long
had to
hair
cover it up.
with the A's, and then goes to the Yankees, and I hated seeing him with even cut his hair shorter. Is there a hair
Yeah.
rule too? Like you can't have your hair long?
You can't have, it can't. It all has to be like military regulation.
Just making all these guys look butch.
You're a Yankee, act like it and look like it.
They all look like Ellen DeGeneres.
I'm not touching that.
You don't have to. I'm looking at the Los Angeles Dodgers City Connect 2, I guess you could say.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking at it on a side-by-side with a Pop-Tart.
Oh, yeah.
It looks like a Pop-Tart with the, the kind of like off-white background. It's got some sprinklage in there.
I'm looking
like
at it
frosting
now.
And
they have the Disney D on the shoulder.
like I would eat this jersey. It looks like it would taste like either ice cream or cookies and cream. I do like this though. I love the font and that little like slash through of whatever that is across. It says Los Angeles across the front, and it's not like script. It's kind of a new looking thing, and then that LAD on the side with whatever's going on the sleeve. It's cool. I actually really like this jersey.
I didn't dislike their first City Connect except for one thing: their hat. They had the Los Dodgers, the dark blue pants and tops. I really liked, but the hat also just said Los Dodgers on it.
It's
way too much words.
Have a bunch of words. Yeah,
that's way too much. Too many letters. Too many words on your cap right there. To have it say the exact same thing. That's what's across your chest is insane.
That is insane.
That's when you could have went with the just the D on there. That would have been nice.
I had a hat as a kid. It was when the A's wore the black jerseys. We had Giambi and Tejada, and we had the black jerseys. I had a hat. I think I got it from my dad or something. Like he didn't want it. And it was a black hat, and it said athletics across the front in green. But it was the same color scheme as the black jerseys that they wore. So the color scheme was really cool. But dude, the whole hat was just athletics in script. And I'm like, this looks stupid. Why does it say athletics on a hat? It should say I eventually got the A's hat, but I hated that hat. And you should never have that much writing on a hat.
I have a confession.
Uh-oh.
I really didn't like the A's black jerseys. Either iteration of it, when it was just the black and dark green, or when they revamped it to the black, green, and yellow.
Black, green. Oh, yeah. The black, green, and yellow was like, what, 09?
Yeah, I didn't like those ones.
That.
I didn't really care for the black and dark green ones.
I loved it.
I really didn't.
I had the T-shirt giveaway. I think it was Giambi. What were we, like 10? Yeah, I ate those up. Those were fucking awesome. I loved them.
I knew it was a hot take. I knew we'd be on I knew we'd be on different sides of it. I didn't like them back then. I didn't really have any of the. I asked my dad for an A's home hat one year for Christmas, and just a normal green and yellow A's hat, the home hat. And he went to West Coast and they didn't have any, but they had the black one, so he just bought the black one.
Ooh.
I'm like, oh, thanks.
I just wanted the normal A's hat.
Just the normal A's hat. You went to West Coast Sporting Goods, and that's it. You didn't go to a second store at all. You just got the black one.
You knew what I wanted, and you didn't care to try to get it for me.
Sorry, that's a little childhood trauma there.
Yeah, so that's probably why you don't like the A's black jerseys.
I just didn't really like them. Even
Not a lot
back
of
when I was
teams
a
were
kid,
doing
I don't
a black
like
jersey,
them now.
but now everybody in every sport has a black jersey, and that pisses me off.
right, because there's one team that did it properly. Well, the Steelers.
Everybody wants to be the Raiders, though.
Everybody wants to be the Raiders. Like the Steelers are the only ones that also just kind of did it well because that was just all the Pittsburgh's colors.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody just tried to be the Raiders with their black jerseys.
The Panthers, the LA Kings hockey
The
team.
Cardinals. The Cardinals tried to rock black unis for a long time.
And the Cardinals jerseys currently are just like, what are you guys doing?
They just never know what. Every 3 years, it seems like they try something new, and just nothing has stuck.
So many franchises like that just continue.
The Jaguars just every 3 years come out with new styles. They have no idea what they want to be.
It feels like every single year some of these teams are putting out. The Jets, for some reason, can't figure it out. You have like a good historical look, and what are you doing? Why are you doing this?
You guys always try to like modernize like the old logo,
and
but
it
like,
always looks bad.
You always just miss it just a little. You always just mess it up a little bit.
They did an unveiling this off season, and everyone's like, okay, so it's the same jersey.
It's the
like,
same.
What is
they
different
look
about
exactly
this?
the same.
Yeah.
What do we do? What are we doing here?
What? So Cleveland's here. Yeah, I have a confession. I don't like these jerseys that have like the 3 letters.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not a well-known 3-letter thing. So if you are, let's say if we like, I would think it would be cool if the Dodgers had like LAX, or
that would be dope.
Who else has like a well-known 3-letter acronym?
What's wild is so like
I don't
Pittsburgh.
think that,
Pittsburgh
PGH?
didn't even go they didn't go PIT. They went PGH. I'm like,
I don't like it.
I don't like it either.
Cleveland CLE. I mean, maybe, but couldn't you have done like the land or?
The land would have been nice. I do like the font though, on
or
the
like
Cleveland
a C in the upper right. Yeah, it looks cool, but there's my problem with this is like the problem I have with that Dodgers jersey that you like is there's just not enough different about it.
Mm-hmm.
This is much better than the Dodger jersey though, to me.
Yes.
I'm talking about the first Dodger jersey. First Dodger jersey was just the Dodgers jerseys turned blue and with a different thing across the front. With a different Los Dodgers instead of Dodgers. Like this is your Mexican heritage jersey repurposed as your City Connect jersey. Like the Giants have this already too. This Gigantes. That's not their City Connect jersey. Yeah. Anyways, Cleveland.
You know who?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. I was like, you know who did City Connect right though? I'm just going to cut off your Cleveland one. You know who did City Connect right is the Padres. Yeah. They went completely different color scheme. They went vibrant, trying to connect with San Diego and with Tijuana so close with TJ there. I like the color schemes. They went something completely different and vibrant and everything, perfect colors, and just everybody loves the San Diego. Oh yeah, everybody loves the Padres City Connects.
I don't know about everybody, but
everybody.
Yeah, I do wonder. Like, if I was a Padres fan, would I rock anything associated with that City Connect? I don't know if I would.
So many people down here.
Yeah, but they also rock like fake big gold chains and shit. Mm-hmm. So
that is
they're
one thing.
Buy whatever it is.
Honestly, yeah. We talked about this before. Their fans is the only reason why I'm really not a Padres fan. Fucking annoying.
They'd be so fun to root for, you would think. I mean, you know that they're not going to get it done, but no, I appreciate it when they take a risk and do something.
Yeah, that's what this was all about, was taking risks.
But I would say like 90% of the City Connect jerseys, when I look at them, it doesn't even have the first part. Like, where's the city in this? What am I looking at? You know, is like,
do you see the Tigers ones?
The Tigers ones? Which ones are those?
Oof. It's fucking it. Somebody, I saw a tweet and they explained it perfectly.
I did see that.
They're like, City Connects are so lazy. I don't even, if I didn't know anything about the Detroit Tigers and somebody said, oh, make a Detroit Tigers City Connect. And they're like, oh yeah, let me just put Motor City on the front. Oh yeah. You know what? Let me put tire tracks on the uniform.
Right. AI probably thought of this.
That's what it's like. Yeah, I'll just type into AI, Detroit Tigers,
They should have took the
City
313 that's
Connects.
on the sleeve and put that as the chest. Like if the
That
chest
would have
said
been sick as hell.
313, that would have been
That
sick.
would have been dope.
The hat is terrible.
I don't know if I've seen the hat. Let me look it
What we
up.
were just talking about, how you shouldn't have a bunch of font going across the hat. Their hat
Hmm.
just says Detroit spelled out on the hat.
No.
It's just a navy blue hat with Detroit across the front. If you talk about lazy, man,
Oh no.
it is
That is
bad.
bad.
I also don't like these. I don't like the jerseys being really dark. Like when you can't really see the fine detail. Like the whole point of jerseys that have this city connection to them, and they promote all these intricate details in the pattern, and this represents blah 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 blah. And like Baltimore said, the color scheme that's under the flap of the sleeve represented like the neighborhoods. But why is it hidden then?
Yeah.
And why is it under the brim of the hat? Like we can't see that. So put it on the fucking jersey. Don't make the whole jersey black. So I feel like I'm taking crazy pills here. Like,
You know what City Connects I also
what are you
really
guys
liked?
doing?
Or Washington's Cherry Blossoms. I like the Washington Cherry Blossom City Connects. And
Yeah.
this is the last year they're wearing them.
Wait, why is it the last year they're wearing them?
They don't want it. They said they're not going to do it after this year. They're going to get another one. They don't. I don't know why. I really like the Cherry Blossom.
I thought that like majority of
Nationals.
people liked those. They
I
get
think we all do. I don't know why the team is. They're like, yeah, we're not going to do it after this year.
yeah, those the top 5 off the top of my head are probably those. I really like the Rays. The Mets hit it out of the park with that shit. The Mets is really cool, I think, especially with the bridge on the front
on
there.
the helmet and the cap. Yeah,
Like, dude, that signifies the city. That's something of the city that we can see, and like it's a symbol of it. I think those 3 come to mind right away. Brew Crew's cool with Milwaukee. I'm not in love with them, but those are okay.
yeah.
Houston, I actually do like those. Space City.
I like Boston's with the light blue and yellow to matching for the colors of the marathon.
Yeah. And a lot of people think that like, oh, those aren't even our colors. Like, no, dude, these are supposed to be like wildly different. That's
Exactly.
the point.
Exactly.
But if we're going to be wildly different, then don't just put the name Detroit across the hat, or, be creative. I'm surprised, like,
It just says Detroit across the cap. That's so bad.
I would have like mandated every team that was doing this to hire a local artist or some kind of local person of a public figure that's known locally to be the one to design them, and like they unveil it. It doesn't seem like that was the thing. Like, where are the artists?
Yeah.
That show what the city's about. But while we're on the topic of jerseys, and yeah, to close the loop, I do like Cleveland's piping on the City Connects. That kind of brings back that major league era.
Yeah.
I do like those. I was going to say, what are 3 logos? What are the 3 best logos and 3 worst logos in baseball now, according to you? Because I was thinking, like, man, some of these logos are ass.
Ass. I have ass, dude. I kind of bended the rules. You said 3 best, 3 worst. I kind of bended the rules a little bit.
That's fine. I'm eager to hear it.
I'll go with my best. I have 1 honorable mention. I have 3 of my favorites. My 1 honorable mention is not really a logo. It's the Detroit Tigers Old English D. Now, this is just primary logos. This isn't like hat logos or anything. Just what the team's primary logo is. And they had the Detroit Tigers Old English D. I like that one a lot. Number 3, I'm going to go with the Phillies cracked Liberty Bell with the Phillies across the front of it with the two stars that dot the I's.
Is
I like
that
the
the
Phillies.
City Connect?
No, this is just like the team's primary logo. I just
Oh,
looked up.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
MLB's they're like, so like when you look up the team, their primary logo, this is what it is. It's like it's the cracked Liberty Bell, and it says Phillies across it, and the two stars dot the I's. Um, Number two would be the Blue Jays. The Jays has just the generic Blue Jay bird and it has like the red maple leaf on it. I really like that logo a lot.
So good that they went
And
back to it.
exactly, I'm glad they went back to it.
Yeah.
I really like when teams go back to something that works, and that's why my number one logo is the Baltimore Orioles cartoon bird wearing the hat that says O's on it.
You do like
I'm
that one.
so I
I
fucking
remember.
love that one.
Yeah.
It's literally my favorite logo. Um, I never liked the 1990s Oriole and like the one before, like the ones that they always go back between the cartoonish one and like the more realistic
Yeah.
weak ass looking bird.
The whole
Just
body bird that's
the
just
whole body Oriole.
super
It looks
plain too.
hella plain, generic, and just looks like a tiny little terrible bird.
Dude, I had a pillowcase as a kid that had all of the had American League on one side, National League on the other,
Oh hell
and
yeah!
yeah, it had that plain ass Oriole bird on it, and it it's so old looking. Like it doesn't even look
Yeah,
like a sports team. It just looks
no,
like some random old clip art that you might have seen on like I don't know a Nick Jr. show or something.
that's why I like the cartoonish looking bird with that's wearing the cap that says O's on it.
Yeah,
Um,
for sure better.
my least favorite, I couldn't pick three because there are six that look exactly alike. I hate how plain and stupid these logos are because they're all the same. They have their team logo that they normally put on their hat, and then there's two circles around that just says their team name, like Seattle Mariners, Seattle
Mm,
and Mariners. Then
mm.
there's like the A's, and it says Oakland Athletics, and it's all
Mm-hmm.
just they
The
all look exactly the same.
It's
So
like
it
the
is
T-ball sleeves. It's just
it's the yep.
you just swap out the colors. It looks like a
So
template.
all six that look exactly the same are the Texas Rangers, the Washington Nationals, the Oakland A's, the Seattle Mariners, the Milwaukee Brewers, and the Houston Astros. Their primary logo are all just what would they would have on their hat, and then two circles with it says the city and the name on it. They all look so they just look so terrible. There's
Fucking
no thought
cookie
into this.
cutter.
Thank you. Yeah, we've been talking about cookie cutters a lot with stadiums and
Uh,
jerseys and everything. How about six teams that still use this as their primary logo? And you could almost throw the Yankees and Mets in there, but there's enough of a difference in there that you can differentiate.
I think there was more teams before, maybe like late night.
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee on that pillowcase there was more teams than that had that
Yeah,
cookie cutter too. I think the
yeah.
maybe the Brewers. What did you say,
I have the
Brewers?
Brewers on here.
Oh, okay,
Yep,
yeah,
I got
Brewers.
the
I think the Giants
the
might have had that
Brewers
at one time.
almost have one of my favorite ones. Like their hat logo with the M and B that form the glove.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of my favorite logos. But then they put the two circles around it with the city and the name
Yeah.
on it. I'm like, you just ruined it. You
Like,
ruined it.
does it have? Do baseball teams have to do that?
Right.
What's the deal with
Like,
that?
why is this
does
your
everyone do it?
official seal? Like, this is your seal. It
Yeah,
looks like the presidential seal and stuff like that.
I hated when the Minnesota Timberwolves did that with theirs.
Oh,
But it looked like a soccer team or a baseball team. Like
yeah.
it might as well just say club at the end of it. You know, Minnesota basketball club or something. Baseball
God.
club. I don't know what. Yeah, how did that start when they started doing that? I actually have the Brewers in my top three. I didn't do like the primary logo. I just like kind of it was like primary or hat logo or
Mm-hmm.
possibly jersey. So I kind of
Yeah.
took some liberties also. I said three, but I have five listed in my best category, but for different reasons.
Yeah, let's hear
Brewers
it.
MB glove logo.
I love that logo.
Yeah, that's beautiful. They brought that back. Just the generic, or not generic, just the White Sox socks on the hat in that old
Mm-hmm.
English font.
Yeah.
classic white on black hat.
It was such a great hat.
Yeah. Also the pinstripes on the jerseys too. Like those are
Hmm.
classic. I got the Braves in here because I love the color scheme
Okay.
and the that what is it? Like a is it a mallet or it's a
The tomahawk.
the tomahawk? That with the Braves script on it, I think is a classic look. Oh. Also,
Oh.
that I don't know if they're the ones who created that A logo. I've seen it
Hmm.
everywhere. My first hat for my Action Alarm Little League team was that one. I think the Arroyo High School hat had mimicked that logo at one point.
Hmm.
Alabama's is really close to it.
Yes.
You see that a lot, but I don't know if they started it, but their hat, I think, is a really good hat. I got the Mariners in here because of their S with that, whatever the hell that is. It's a ball with like a bunch of spikes coming out of it.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
That's always been a cool logo to me, and they've had it
Right.
forever. It
On the
feels.
hat, it looks great, but then like again, they ruined it for their primary logo as like the seal,
Yeah.
the double circles around it to make
and,
it
then,
look like everybody else's.
and then I've got what may be, in my eyes, the best jersey in baseball, the St. Louis Cardinals. I don't know why I love this jersey so much.
Is
The
it the
two
bird
birds
sitting on the bat?
sitting on the bat with
Mhm.
Cardinals across, and it just seems like it's the perfect fit across the chest, and it has like the right amount of like weight to the logo. Like it doesn't seem like it's
Yeah.
unproportioned, and it's been
And
there
it's been that
forever.
forever. I was just gonna say it's been,
Yeah.
it has been there forever.
It plays with their cream jersey. It plays with
Mhm.
their like light blue version,
Yeah.
just plain white. It looks great on the gray, and with the
Yeah.
red hat. Yeah, I love that for some reason. Like
It is always played.
yeah. Here's my worst logos slash. I think these might all be logos. Yeah, these are all logos. I'm gonna start with the Marlins because I hate
Mhm.
their new shit.
Speaking of teams that are constantly changing their color schemes
Yeah.
and logos and jerseys and stuff, they just haven't been able to get it right. Just go back to their 1997 stuff with
Those are beautiful.
the actual marlin and the pinstripes and
Go
the
back
turquoise
to
or
the
teal.
old fish. Like,
Yeah.
yes, that was really kind of copied. Like, it looked like basically the White Sox or Yankees uniforms, but you just stuck a marlin on it. But
Yeah,
the logo
it's still played.
Yeah, you had like this silvery turquoise bluish marlin, just this ridiculous long snout.
Also, why'd you go from the Florida Marlins to the Miami Marlins? Just be the Florida Marlins.
I still think of them as the Florida Marlins.
They just haven't. They haven't gotten it since they became the Miami Marlins.
Right. They got a brand new stadium. Had that wild thing out there in left
Statue.
center with the
That
Marlins
statue.
flying around like this. I think they even had fish behind home plate at one point.
They did.
Like
They
live
absolutely
fish
did.
in a tank. So they were like trying some outlandish shit, but they have been a mess with their front office and just bad contracts. This team won 2 World Series from like, what was it, 97 to 01? Or no,
97 and 03. Yeah, 97 and 03, they won the World Series. Twice.
Go back to those jerseys.
Yeah.
I don't like the new fish. I think, again, it's too dark also. You got like a dark blue kind of with a
There's no detail to it
black. Yeah, it kind of just like fades into each other. And then their City Connects, those Sugar King jerseys, I actually really like
those. Those are clean. Yeah, I like those too.
Yeah.
Because it's different.
Here is what I think is the worst I'll go with worst logo next, and then I'll go with a team that just needs to rebrand. The worst logo in baseball is the Washington Nationals. The curly W.
The Walgreens.
I don't fuck
the
with
Walgreens curly W.
At first, when it came out, when the Nationals became the Nationals, They had the DC logo with like the gold piping
Yes.
around it.
Yes.
That was pretty cool.
That was clean.
And then they introduced that curly W, which I thought was so cartoonish and stupid at first, but then I kind of liked it. Like when Harper and Strasburg were there, and then they had the blue version of the hat and the red version of the hat.
Mm-hmm.
And then they even had like the outline on the blue version of the hat had some red on it.
Yes.
And the W was white. And then I saw like some rappers wearing it on the West Coast because it was like, maybe it was gang affiliated because it was like red and it had a W for West Coast. But anyways, I actually really liked it. The new version of that logo is so damn plain. It's literally just red, curly W, like their primary logo, or just the logo. Like if you go look on MLB.com, there's no outline to it.
Yeah.
It is just a red Walgreens W.
Yeah, I have them on and their current primary logo is also the same thing. It's just a curly W with the two circles around it that says Washington Nationals. What are we doing here?
Hella basic, man. I can't believe that people get paid to think of this shit.
Yeah.
Here's what may be a little bit controversial.
Uh-oh.
I think this team is going to rebrand very soon. The Colorado Rockies.
Oh.
Their primary logo is not that cool currently. It's that CR.
Just a CR.
It's real whatever.
It doesn't play like the SF or the SD of the Giants and Padres or the Mets Yankees primary logo.
It doesn't have an old school look, but isn't like new school enough either. And it's just kind of been that for a while. Their primary logo before, like, I think it was like when they first came out in the 90s, it was Rockies with like mountains in the back and a baseball shooting up.
Yeah.
You know, that was the whole logo. I don't know if they still have that. I think they once had it on the scoreboard back there, but they may have even changed that now. Doing something with the mountains is cool, but the CR,
so many opportunities.
I think it's bad. They've had the same jerseys for a long time, and they just haven't been good in them. Like the pinstripe Rockies jerseys, I don't know. I think that they're a little stale right now. But maybe if they change it for a little bit and then they go back to it, it'll be cooler when they go back to it. But I feel like they're going to rebrand soon because it's just and the Rockies as a team are just so fucking boring anyway. So
bad. Even though they just swept the Padres. They're on like a 7-game win streak in real life. But
of course they are.
Of course, but still, they're just a terribly ran franchise in general. And I think a rebrand would do some niceness for them.
I love that this entire episode is us ranting on logos.
Logos and uniforms and stadiums.
I was wondering if you were going to say this when you said like 6 teams that do the same exact thing. I think that the Giants, the Dodgers, the Padres all have that same like the S over the S and the F, the L and the A, the S and the D. I think the Padres copying that was kind of whack because they came like third, but they just did the same thing as the Dodgers and the Giants already had. Like at least the Giants kind of have a little bit of Old English around it. Right. I do like cool script. The Red Sox have cool script. The Pirates have cool script. You mentioned the D on the Detroit hat, the NY on the Yankees, and then the Giants also. And then the A's too. I don't quite know what that A is.
It's such a weird is just A. So good. The hat is so classic.
It is. That green and gold, man. That is
just the A's A with the apostrophe S. It's such a good logo until you get to their primary logo when they just fucking ruined it.
I always thought it was kind of weird though how the apostrophe S is like just bold regular, but then it's with a Old English A.
But we have the Old English A.
But I guess it's supposed to be like that. But I think what would it look like if the S was also Old English?
Oh yeah, I don't know. That might be too much.
It might be, but I might like it more. Yeah. Oh, and then I have in here as kind of a last thing, the Astros uniforms are hella plain. I don't know why the Astro, apart from their City Connects that I like, you think you'd be able to do more with the H on the star, like that old
Yeah,
Houston logo is cool on the hat, but their jerseys are hella plain. It's like
hella plain.
it's just Astros in like Arial font or
Eight.
like orange, an orange jersey with navy Astros. Like
Yeah.
there's nothing going on with their jerseys, and they were really bad before they went to those. They had like the, I think it was blue and orange or whatever. It looked like a
Mm-hmm.
spring training jersey.
Mm-hmm.
So that was that. That was well, let's get into Yackers
Oh shit.
before we dip out. If we could remember who we picked. I know I had Corey Seager and
I
he
had
did hit
Ellie
a,
De La Cruz. He did not.
he did not. Okay, we're
Ellie did
tied.
not.
It is
Yeah.
4-4.
Unfortunately, we are tied.
It
Oh
is
shit.
4-4.
I have not looked up a person. Do you want to go first?
Yeah, I'm gonna use. I already had a name in here because it was gonna be my backup from last time.
Mm-hmm.
I am gonna go with Anthony Santander, and hope he goes on a Santander.
Tear. I all right. I just thought of somebody. I don't think either of us have used this person. If we have, I'll adjust. Um, give me the Judge, Aaron Judge.
Oh my gosh, how has he not been picked yet?
How has he not been picked yet? I
Did you
haven't
pick
used him
Jack
this year.
Sawinski at one point?
No, I choose Andrew McCutcheon.
Oh, okay.
He literally hit one the day after that week cycle went through.
Yeah, but okay, yeah. Let's just not pick Aaron Judge. Let's wait until week. What is it? Like 6 or? Oh no, this is the 11th episode. So I
11th
don't know how long we've
episode,
been
yeah.
doing Yackers, but we're at least like 7 deep here. All right, cool. So it's Anthony Santander versus Aaron Judge.
I like it.
Hell yeah. Do we have a guess that ace player this week, or are we signing off?
Rick, guess that ace player.
Huh. Here we go. Randy Velarde. Might have said that one last week.
No. This player This player is a position player.
Is?
Was a position player. Sorry, was. Now, I'll even give you the years. 2009 to 2011, he was with the A's.
John Jaso.
No. His only 3 major league years were 2009 through 2011 with the A's. Only played for one team in the bigs. Only played 123 career games.
Oh my god. Jack Hanahan.
No, that's a solid guess. I might be giving it away with this clue, but this person was a catcher.
It's not Bruce Maxwell.
No.
A catcher who only played from 09 to 11 and only played in 123 games. No, it's not George Kataris because he played on other teams.
That would have been a hell of a pool right there. I didn't even wow. The fact that you just thought of George Kataris.
That's more of a pool than, like, this guy's more well known than George Kataris?
He's well known only because of the next hint.
All right, I'm going to take one more stab here.
Take one more stab before I basically give it away.
Right. Those years, though, we were not good during those years, so this is a hard pool.
No, we weren't.
But we were going to games at that time. This is when the week of games happened. But it's not Kurt Suzuki, so he probably backed up Kurt Suzuki.
Not. Yes, he did.
Who? No. It's someone like Josh Fegley, but it's not Josh Fegley.
It's basically Josh Fegley, but not Josh
Is
Fegley.
it Landon Powell?
It is Landon Powell.
Let's go.
The last hint would have been he caught.
It's
We
someone
went
like
to the
Josh
game.
Fegley, but it's not Josh Fegley.
The last clues, well, two clues was like, yeah, we went to the game before he caught the 19th perfect game ever.
Landon Powell was the catcher for Dallas Braden.
Kurt Suzuki was getting a day off that day. Kurt Suzuki got the day off, and so Landon Powell got the start.
Good.
One of his 123 games ever played, and he caught a fucking perfect game.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. He lucked up there. Good.
Yeah.
Kurt kind of pissed me off in his later years, so good.
Yeah. Kind of glad like Landon Powell always has that now.
Right. I have a hazy memory of when he came up, and I think like my dad even knew about him. Like he was saying he was like really good maybe in the College World Series, or was he really good in college?
Drafted him in the first round. 24th overall. They drafted this guy in the first round. He only played 123 games in the bigs.
Why was he so bad? Why didn't he stick around? What the fuck happened?
Career batting average of 207.
Where did he go to college? Was he on the West Coast?
He went to South Carolina.
Huh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But he
was drafted in the 25th. Huh? He was drafted in the 25th round in 2003 by the Blue Jays, so he went back to school. Apparently, he was so much better a year later because the A's chose him 24 rounds earlier in the first round.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
I like how it had. It had a nice like time frame in there too.
Well, because
and it had the Dallas Braden connection. There.
Exactly. Since we missed last week, happy belated Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Just reminds me of Dallas Braden's perfect game that happened 6 days ago.
Yep, the game that
6 days ago, back in 2009.
The game that we would have been at had we not cashed in the 2 ticket vouchers the day before.
We initially planned on going to that game, and we were about to buy the tickets, and we're like, "Ooh, it's Mother's Day. Neither of our moms would be happy if you and I went to a baseball game without them on Mother's Day."
Well, we were right about that, and
we were right.
It kind of formed a good story for years to come.
Yes,
so.
Absolutely.
Do you have any final confessions?
I actually do.
Okay, let's hear it.
Your boy got accepted to ASU for his master's program.
Well, first of all, you're going to have to get it right. This is the fork.
No.
You just did this.
I did just do that.
I've been doing
this. I've been doing this for too long.
So before you step on campus, let's get this figured out.
Thank you. Yeah, Rick, you're going to have to teach me what's some fight songs, what's some things to say.
One of my favorite. See, you would think I would know the fight song, but I never really like studied it and memorized it. I'd be curious to know how many people actually do know it. I kind of just played along.
Is there like certain chants to do? Is like just like like Oklahoma has like the Boomer Sooner.
Yeah.
Anything just to yell, anything like that?
Not really, but my favorite thing.
Fork 'em.
Right. Yeah. Fork 'em devils. My favorite thing to do was when we got a first down. Right after you get a first down, everyone goes 1, 2, 3, first down, bitch. Like the whole student section says first down, bitch, really loud. I don't know if they still do that. I really hope they do. But that was my favorite. And everyone's doing this.
All right, so you got the proper fork now.
Yeah. And I think on opponent third downs, like when our defense is on the field, we're trying to get a stop, everyone brings out their keys and jingles them.
Jingle, 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 jingle.
The only thing I didn't like about that was everyone also does that on the opening kickoff. It's like, all right, no, pick one. Like, let's not do the same thing for 2 different things here.
Right. Gotcha.
But I get it. Like, it was cool. And the Sparky intro video was always cool, too. When he comes out and whatever team we're facing, it shows, like, their team bus, and he just fucking steps on it and crushes it. It's like, oh shit.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and then our
It's
team
murder.
runs out
Hell
through
yeah.
the Tillman Tunnel. So
Ooh,
welcome. It is. I am
thank you.
proud to welcome you to the Sun Devil Nation.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm excited. So yeah, starting this fall. I'm moving down to Arizona.
Ooh, we are Sun Devils guys.
Sun Devil guys now.
Big ASU guys. So yeah, we got to get to a football game this season.
Yeah. So this wasn't like my biggest thing about going back to school, but like like no regrets going to UC San Diego. It was a great school and all that, but I didn't have Division I sports like true Division I basketball and football and stuff, and it wasn't the main reason like to apply there at all. It's just such a great added perk. It's like I always felt it was weird to root for college teams if you never went there, especially as you got older.
Yeah.
If you never went there and you were like, and you're an old, like, we're in our 30s now and you're rooting for college teams that you never were associated with, I thought it was a little weird.
Yeah, I was kind of just rooted for Cal growing up because they were right in our backyard.
We were in the area. Yeah, we were in the area. And again, we were younger.
Their games would also air on like TBS locally
yeah.
or something like that. It was like Cal games were always on. So they were damn near like our Raider minor league team.
Exactly. And like, so like that was fine, I thought. But then like the older I got, I'm like, I can't really don't really feel like rooting for Cal anymore as I was approaching late 20s, early 30s. I'm like, So like,
yeah,
going to a school now with Division I sports, I am very excited to finally be able to like claim a college, because we've been huge college football people forever, but I've never had like a true team.
Yeah.
And I finally have that now, and I couldn't be happier.
That school pride hits for sure. Like I get that. Like it, like I haven't watched a lot of it lately, but the reason I know who Lou Dort is on OKC is because I watched him as a Sun Devil. And
right. And like, I never really cared that much for college basketball, but being associated with a team now and, fairly decent, I feel like they've been decent in the past. I'm like invested into college basketball now.
It's cool. Like if you're scrolling through like the guide and there's just random games on, like if K-State is playing Tulane or something like that, I'm not going to watch that game. But if I randomly see ASU is participating in anything, I'm probably going to check it out and like,
I'm going to tune in,
see what they're doing. Yeah. All right. Let's see what my Sun Devils are doing. What? Playing a
fork them.
Softball game right now? Fuck yeah. Let's fucking go. College Softball World Series. Let's do it.
So that's my final confession. I got into graduate school, and I'm excited to have Division I sports fandom now.
The addition of you is the start of ASU turning the program around.
You're damn right.
We had to shed.
We're getting past all the allegations. We're gonna.
Yeah, Herm really fucked us there.
Getting past all the Herm Edwards stuff. I'm Bubba's going to town now.
Yeah, we got Jaden Daniels, who was ASU. He was there for like 3 or 4 years, and drafted in where did he get drafted? Number 2 overall, right?
Number 2 overall to Washington Commanders.
Also, Ricky Pearsall, who played like 3 or 4 years at ASU, got drafted in the first round too by the Niners. So
yeah, shout
out to the Sun Devils doing shit. My final confession is one of my favorite jersey concepts of all time that hasn't been done probably since the 20s. And 2 teams are kind of known for it. The Cleveland Indians in 1921 and the St. Louis were they the St. Louis Cardinals at the time? 26-27 Cardinals.
Might be the St. Louis Browns, maybe, or St. Louis Cardinals.
It was the Cardinals. I don't know what city they're associated with.
Okay.
The concept is they won the World Series the year before, and then their jersey the next year said World Champions on it. Not just World, it said World's Champion on it. Worlds. And I really like how teams now incorporated a little bit. Like we saw the Royals put some gold accent.
Do the gold.
Really
the
cool.
Rangers did it for like their first series. They did like the gold.
I think they should do it the whole year.
Do it year round.
I know. It looks so sick. And then like you'll always like future generations will know that jersey was that year. And like that's the 20 2014 or the 2024 Texas Ranger jersey. Like, don't just wear it for one series. Come on. The
Right.
Royals one was clean. Really like that.
Oh,
Played
because the
well
Royals in that gold in there just popped perfectly.
I don't know if the Astros did it, but also that's just a really cool perk to win the title is the next year you get
You get to brag about it. You get bragging rights for the year.
yeah, you get to have it on your jersey. You put some gold accent on the hat. But I thought it was so funny. And I believe one of these jerseys exists in the show. It definitely did at one
I think
point.
it might be the Cardinals one.
Yeah,
I think
I
the
don't know if it's still
Cardinals
there.
one has it.
I saw.
Yeah, I remember watching Ken Burns baseball, and like the Cardinals would show up the next year, and they just said "World's Champions" on the jersey. That's so crazy. That's
crazy.
I think like the New York Giants did it
That was
one
just
year.
the jersey. It just plain said
Yeah, that was the
World's
jersey for the
Champion.
year. World's Champions.
Yeah, World's Champions. The Indians in 21 didn't have an apostrophe between the D and the S in Worlds. And then I even saw a picture online that the 1906 Giants might have had this jersey as well.
Yeah, I think I remember watching again Ken Burns documentary, and I think the Giants when they finally won like the World Series, they like it might not have been like the whole year, but I remember on opening day their jerseys absolutely said "World's Champions" on it.
It's both hilarious to me and really cool.
Yeah.
The Cardinals part of this, the 26-27 Cardinals, I saw online that they may have not. It says it's long believed to have been a 1927 World's Champions jersey, but it was never actually worn in a Major League Baseball game. So maybe they designed it, and this jersey is actually really cool. It's a white jersey. It's got red piping, and the logo is the Cardinal sitting on the bat here in the upper left corner, and World's Champion. It's just it's just one
That's
side.
definitely in.
Look how clean that is.
That's definitely in show. That uniform's in show.
Right. But I'm surprised to hear that it might never have actually been worn in a game.
Huh.
I thought
that
it was.
That is awesome.
But yeah, it's a clean ass jersey. So maybe there's some controversy there. Maybe a listener can do some additional research for us and see if someone actually, if they actually wore those. But my confession is, I really like those, and I wish that someone could bring it back. Like, if you were to win the World Series and the next year your team shows up,
be the
rocking
biggest
World
shit
Champions, probably
I like it.
Probably get into a fight over it. Well, it's good to be back.
Great to be back.
And I will report back on my Dodger dog adventure.
Yes, please.
Coming up in the next week. And hopefully see a good game between the Dodgers and the D-backs. We didn't really cover anything that's actually happening in baseball right now. So, it's still early in the season.
It was just good to riff and rant about stuff that pissed us off about stadiums, jerseys, and logos for the last hour and 20 minutes.
Oh yeah, this was a riffing and ranting episode. You're gonna get the happy-go-lucky ones, but you're also going to get some riffing and ranting.
The riffing and the ranting.
And I was just taking a look at some of our predictions at the start of the year and how they're playing out over the first month and a half of the season. And boy, the Astros at 18-25 in fourth place in the AL West. The Tigers, they're 21-22, and they looked good, but my Rookie of the Year pick, well, both of our Rookie of the Year picks.
Well, I don't want to talk about mine. Let's save it. Save it for next week.
Yeah.
We'll do a recap, a month in recap.
We'll let those guys turn it around over the next week. And it'll look
Pulling
better
for you,
on
Colt
us.
Keith.
Yeah, I don't even know if Meadows is in the bigs right now. He might be in AAA.
I don't think he is. I think he's in AAA.
Oh man. Oh, my parting shot will be this. I looked at the A's rendering from the Vegas stadium, the latest one where the scoreboard is up on the roof and right, and how it had all the batting averages. And I compared the batting averages that were on that screen to the real life batting averages of the players that were on it. And I'm not going to read all of them off, but the last here's the last three batters in that lineup: Aledmus Diaz, Jordan Diaz, and Nick Allen. This is the A's 2028 mock-up in Vegas. Their lineup. Aledmus Diaz is currently in AAA, hitting 0-0-0.
Correct. Has not played yet this year.
I think he played 2 games. But yeah, hasn't played in the bigs, I guess.
Yes.
Jordan Diaz, I don't think he's played in the bigs either, batting 207.
I don't think he's on the team anymore.
I think he's in 207 in AAA, but he might be on another team. I don't know.
Okay, I was like, I don't even know if he's even on the A's anymore.
And by the way, they had these guys hitting in the 252, 247. Number 9 hitter was Nick Allen, hitting 266. Nick Allen right now 171, and I believe he's on the IL, and he will be in AAA. Yes.
Yeah.
They actually kind of cheated to get him down there.
Yeah.
They put him on the IL so that they could. I forget what they did.
I think they
did
dropped
something
him
shady.
and then put him on the IL. They did something weird.
That's what they did. Yeah, you can't drop a guy if he's hurt.
Who's hurt?
And they dropped him, and then he ended up on the IL like 2 days later. Fucking A's.
It's weird. Fucking A's.
All right. Well, good to be back. Another solid episode of Card Attendant Confessions. You are all forgiven for your sins. As always, we tried our best.
We did. These are our confessions.
Ooh. Bah.